Hi everyone, this is Eddie Keller here. My week 12 posting on the vocational function of the community college. First question is, what are some of the key factors that have contributed to the growth of vocational and technical programs at community colleges? Historically, we look back to the 1950s and 60s, where these programs would provide colleges with a training niche and stimulate the local economy by providing uh, publicly subsidized training to attract businesses. So these colleges would train students for these vocations at the expense of the taxpayer rather than the business. So this attracted many corporations into particular local areas. In the 1980s, there was a revival of economic communities in post Cold War America. Businesses would get low cost trained personnel. The colleges themselves would get large enrollments, and from that, revenues, political ties, and curricular improvements. Recently, the whole vocational and technical side to community colleges got an endorsement from the American Association of Community Colleges in recent times. So basically, community colleges have decided that this is part of their mission to have these programs. The second question is, what are the prevailing criticisms of increased vocationalism in community colleges, and to cite examples from readings? Well, from what I read from Jacobs and Doherty, the academic staff of traditional programs in community colleges feel like the values of the college are being compromised by promoting these programs. Fewer standards are imposed on workforce programs, therefore, they are looked upon as less rigorous as credit programs. So they feel like they're being sidelined in many ways, the traditional academic faculty and their programs. They also feel that it might undercut the transfer function of the community college because there are, in fact, lower transfer rates amongst students in these programs. The third question asks, what are some of the current challenges facing the workforce development mission of the community college, and to discuss two approaches used by community colleges to address these challenges. Well, the challenges involve changes in employer demand, less money spent on large scale mass training, and more spending on white collar and tech training. The fact of the matter is that these companies have to cut costs, so the large scale mass training is not an option. Uh, More employers are seeking a bachelor's degree these days, and even master's degrees. So the 2 year program is not useful in this regard. There's changes in state support. There's no financial support, as I said earlier, for large scale training. And now the states are now pumping money into workers earning college degrees um, as a result. There's also the challenge of new competitors. So we see the rise of online colleges, trade schools, and universities offering programs that community colleges would have traditionally offered in the past. So, for example, nursing, which is very competitive and popular in community colleges. Now, many universities, even private universities, are offering this um, on their campus as Bachelor of Science degrees. Uh, for example, here in Houston, actually, the University of St. Thomas has a Bachelor of Science nursing degree, which might be which might prove more popular for students to undertake. So, two approaches that are mentioned. The first one is vocationalism, where students are prepared for actual further education, as I just mentioned, like a bachelor's degree, rather than an entry level job. So it encourages transfer to 4 year colleges and to get the bachelor's degree. Uh, it, it is said that it might attract more high school students who are more prepared than traditional community college students. And it also stresses collaboration among education sectors, business, industry, and other entities. The other approach is the workforce development for low income workers approach. So, with this approach, people who need community college education are being considered. So, the main idea of this approach is to lift low income workers out of poverty. Non credit programs are redesigned for easy entry to credit courses. Specific occupational needs are met in courses. So it's basically to kind of help students from low income backgrounds or maybe minorities to enter degree programs uh, in the long term. Thank you.